We say hello on this Sunday. Mike Cousins, Kayla Bro. So glad to have you with us here to close out the regular season. And a lot.
She's got a fastball, curveball, rise ball, drop ball, but the changeup is.
Ulu yesterday, she went 3 for 5 with a double. And as you saw right at the start.
Pitchers that are getting better every single year, and they're in their prime right now in this moment.
To second, as the count is 1-2 on Kennedy.
In her 30 starts, she's thrown 7 shutouts. Really, really fantastic improvement. And again, just look at, this is a Mississippi State team that doesn't walk very often either. They don't walk, they don't strike out very.
Swing, she gets 3 strikeouts in the first, and the Tigers come to the plate, bottom 1. Injured hand hampered her efforts yesterday.
Spin it up in the zone. She likes to throw in the low 60s, and she's got a nice changeup that she'll work in.
This year, Nelia Peralta has really cut down on her errors. On the flip side of that,
more losses, period.
And that's strike 3, knees, outer. And a good framing job from Jackie McKenna, too, to give a couple extra inches of lift.
Been really impactful for this Mississippi State team.
And there's another strike 3. So the phrase
middle in. So for her to go to a low outside pitch, she's obviously seen something from Reese Burley.
1-2, and she strikes out the side. What a first for the freshman, Kayla.
How about, .63 RA, and again, the number of strikeouts and the batting average.
Maddie Penta this week, who's the better of the two? Chopped into the ground at short. Peralta with the throw, and there's out number 1. Season title yesterday with a win against South Carolina. Only their second ever for the.
Compared to the rest of the staff, but the innings are a little bit different for Maddie Penta and Montana Fouts than Ashley Rogers.
Penta puts away Shane show that she gets better run support than the rest of the staff does, but pitcher wins and losses. And the difficult/fun part of it, there is no perfect or right answer.
That's
but
right.
There is a perfect inning from Maddie Penta. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome softball, really good matchups.
KK McCrary with a roller to second base. Moreno, the crossbody toss.
Heading into the NCAA tournament, and it can really turn the heads of the NCAA.
Slugs win here, the rubber match. And South Carolina loses to Tennessee, also possible. They could secure the number 10 seed. Single up the middle is Denver. Lindsey Garcia.
Auburn had runners in scoring position, and for a freshman, I thought she showed great poise. I thought she got better in tough situations, and she's got a tough situation right here with 2.
Underneath that 2-2, and Moreno makes the grab. When they beat South Carolina in that series opener against the Gamecocks. Bunt is down, and Berline pounces, throws to Moreno, and the inning is maybe lost to time. But the anthem was beautiful, and so was that pitch there as she finishes her first trip through.
And here's why she's tough. When she has 2 strikes, her ability to throw fastball.
The appeal over to first, Lyndon Baptiste makes it 1-2.
Yeah, I completely agree from you. And so we go to very often. The right ball's coming at me almost every single time. But with Penta, she can throw different. That's a fastball right there, 70 miles an hour. She's just blown it out of the hand. It looks like a drop ball.
Madison Kennedy 0 for 1 with a strikeout, sends Peralta deep in the hole. The stretch from Ellis at first. As Reese Berline in the circle for Mississippi State went 1-2-3, struck out the side.
They were putting up were some of the lowest ever for this Mississippi State team.
Oh, and Roach is called out. Third base umpire Lee. It was certainly an interesting day as far as replay reviews go, and change to the lineup, which would have resulted in an ejection of the head coach. And it was about 15 minutes. Nobody knew what was happening. Deep to center, and that ball is over the wall and gone! And out of the yard! Peralta's 9th home run of the year, and Auburn is on the board. You may never see one like.
Leave the park. that turns into a home run for Peralta. Look at this. She makes an incredible grab, but when she runs into the wall, into the fence going full speed, your body's going to shake, and it's going to create a lot of push into that wall. And if you don't have a strong hand...
All credit to Nelia Peralta.
Turn into bigger plays.
Right, because if you're at second or short, the ball gets by you, well, now it's somebody else's problem. If you're in the outfield... Yeah. See how McCrary fares here. Brought an Oklahoma State runner. That's skied out to right, and Moreno retreats over the shoulder. And
he gets the opportunity. Put in the work in the weight room.
The corner. Long plate appearance here from Brownlee, and she does it again. She gets a walk. Man, she has been mightily... Brownlee has seen 17 pitches. Sacrifices down. Ellis over to Roach for the out. So runner at second. That's a tough.
That's where Mississippi State has struggled this season and why they weren't able to win the majority of their...
Pick up back-to-back series victories to close out the regular season. So 1-2 is floated to center. And Packer has the first ball hit her way.
Going to be for Mississippi State to get that timely hit with 2 strikes. Batters hitting below 100.
Missed last year with Florida State, her second torn ACL in 3 years.
2 pitches.
Penta with her second walk of the inning, third on. Moreno was out of the lineup. And a ball sinking to right, and a running grab by Tresvik. And that ends the inning.
And then you have that high, nice, smooth follow through. It's a beautiful thing.
Fifth 3-ball count from Berline, and she issues her third walk. Who was honored before the game, one of 4 graduating Tigers. Garcia strokes this well to right center field, and it's out of here. Lindsey Garcia, Auburn out in front, 3-0.
Two-run blast for Lindsey Garcia.
And Lindsey Garcia is ready for it. Look at that. Right down the middle. It's supposed to be a little bit of a drop ball with more movement down and away. And she leaves it hanging, and Garcia cap.
Tresvik made that nice kick. She's popped out to second in her only plate appearance today. Weak contact, and Berline out of the circle. Gets the out at first.
A tough place to play as an opponent.
Nice pitch. That was never in the strike zone there to get Packer swinging. 5 strikeout. I've got to imagine if Louise... 3-2 with Berline looking for his 6th strikeout, trying to put away the Tigers here in the 4th. And nearly clipped the belt on Roach. Ball 4. Back, kick their feet up, and wait to see who has to climb their way through the...
Yeah, she's the hardest thrower on staff. She works in the high 60s, likes to go down in the zone. Done a good job this season, though, of adding an up pitch.
Pitch up in the zone there. The throw down to second, and Roach is out. Trying to swipe.
Good softball on yesterday. Yet Kara Daly hit a walk-off home run against Arkansas. England needed a comeback in the 7th and a home run by Jenna Johnson to beat Ole Miss.
St. Clair back to the circle. And one away here in the Mississippi.
To the water point, too, in the post-game interview. She was like, nah, I'm just kidding. Everybody stay hydrated, kids. It was
9-zip in 5. Shanice Delphs, a 2-hitter. There's another strikeout for Penta. She's got her 6th. And then game 2.
An improvement throughout the year. If you're getting home runs off of Shanice Delphs in the 8th inning, where previously that wasn't even a thing. They weren't even getting to the 8th inning.
Friendly hop to short for Peralta on the stretch, which has been really good.
Yeah, I think it's really important to me to think about how a team like Arkansas, they were young. They lost like 6 starters from to that sport in the league.
Chopper, second base, and Moreno gets the out on Peralta. Pinch hitter for Aubrey Lisenby in the number 2 spot, who was 0 for 2. She's retired. She got her bachelor's degree.
On full circle to honor that as well.
And Bree Ellis has said all that needed to be 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks. Hawk snares it, and the inning is over. For the first time in 3 frames, 23 home runs in her career, 9th in Mississippi. And Penta makes it 5 in a row. To show how dominant she can be. 17 back in March against Missouri. Brownlee off the end of the bat, and Peralta takes 1 step. And based off of some of her reactions as far as center field, and the inning is over. Packer puts it away. Another 1-2-3 inning. This team is to the university. The school president, Chris Roberts, was out there to hand out the degrees. Roll it to short. Kennedy, a dive at first, and from Denver Bryant, and she is aboard with an infield single. Should do adjust the belt line there, as there's a grounder to short. It gives Kennedy the opportunity to get the put out at second. There's a science in biomedical sciences / pre-medicine, and she's going Godwin. She's going on to Alabama State to become an occupational therapist. And Carly McConaughey got her bachelor's in public art. When you play on an SEC softball team, the number of people who will be willing to open doors for you is more than you could imagine.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing I look at is Shannon now, she works up in New York, she owns a facility, and she gets to bring all.
Swing and a miss. Single Keys is down on strikes. LARPing, which would be live action role playing, not actually doing the real thing. Swing and a miss as Hawk gets the strikeout, and the inning is over. Last chance.
In completely different spots with a ton of difference in velocity.
You send up a batter who has not taken a cut against Maddie Penta.
You can pick up that spin and the velocity change. It looks exactly like that pitch right there.
Kirsten Landers, a ground out and a walk. And it's in there for a called 3rd strike. Penta's 8th strikeout, and she's 1 out.
Absolutely.
That's 1 hop, second base, ball game over. Maddie Penta strikes seed in the SEC tournament, victorious 3-0 on the final day of the regular season.
Yeah, 8 strikeouts.
Through the outstanding group at Auburn, my partner Caleb Rowe. I'm Mike Cousins saying so long. We'll get you to Lexington. Here's Tom Hart.